Well, howdy from Eureka, Nevada. That's right, Eureka, Nevada. Here's the old, and actually I think current, Eureka courthouse, and then one of the older buildings, the Jackson House Hotel. And the rest of Main Street, right down here. Eureka is kind of a sleepy little town, but it's also got some activity going on. There are a couple mines still operating in the area here, and so there's a lot of mining activity going on. And in fact, that's how Eureka started in the late 1860s, I believe. A few guys came through here. They found silver, so they started silver mining. And then the town itself was established in 1870, and then it grew by leaps and bounds. Here's the post office, by the way. It grew by leaps and bounds. Had 3 newspapers, lots of people coming through from other parts of Nevada and from around the world. Italians, Cornish, Chinese. And then the town was almost destroyed by floods and fires, 1879 and the 1880s and stuff like that. Then the mines kind of peaked a little bit, and then Eureka kind of declined a little bit. The ranchers came through, started doing their thing, and Eureka has pretty much held its own from those days forward. Hasn't died like a lot of the old mining towns have in Nevada, California, the whole West. And in fact, Eureka actually was second only to Virginia City for a time as far as mining of silver goes. So today they're still mining silver, gold outside of town. I believe there's a mine out that way, and then on the south side of town that would be, and then there's another mine out that way. It would be to the north of town. So this is Eureka, and we're headed to Ely. Probably going to walk about 12 miles or so along US 50 here. Oh, by the way, I want to tell you too, I didn't end up camping. I stayed 2 nights in a little motel. They've got 3 places to stay in, and I think a couple Airbnbs. But there's a there's a chain motel, and there's an independent motel, and then there's a little one that I stayed at. It's like reminiscent of the 50s and 60s. You know, a little. I guess you call it a strip motel. I think there's 10 rooms to it, and just basic, you know, but it was cheap. So like I said, we're going to walk Highway 50 here for probably about 12 miles, and then haven't decided if I'm going to walk it then another 20 miles or head down dirt road and follow that for a bit. So we'll see. Well, one of the benefits of walking 50 right now is back on our old friend, the old Lincoln Highway. That sign's seen a little bit better days, huh? But here's the old roadbed here. It's kind of overgrown, so I'm just going to walk on the shoulder still. So as you can probably tell, got out of town a little late, about 12:30 when I left town. So I think I'm probably only going 10 or 12 miles today. It's about 78 miles to Ely. So I figured 5 days. If I really zoom through, which I don't think I will, it'll be 4 days. Anyway, it's kind of a two-edged sword. Getting into town and then resupplying and heading out, because you're always heading out with a heavier pack. In my case, you know, they got 5 days of food, so that's 10 pounds there. And then I don't think I have any water for 40 miles, so I load down with 5 liters of water. So that's another 10 pounds, so extra 20 pounds heading out of town. So that's another reason why today is going to be a little bit shorter day. Plus got an uphill to Pinto Summit here, which is I think another 4 or 5 miles. Alright, we've just turned back onto the old Lincoln Highway. It's got a good walking surface. The new highway, right over there. This adds about a quarter mile, but and it goes on to the opposite side of Pinto Summit. So there's Pinto Summit there on the new highway. I guess we'll be on Pinto Summit on the old highway right over here. There's also a spring over here on the right-hand side I want to check out, make sure it's running. I don't need the water, but maybe for those coming in the future or behind me. It's really quite fun walking these old roadway alignments. You can, I can anyway, just kind of get a feel for the slower pace of life that it was back then, the fewer numbers of cars that came through back then, and that would be the time when it really was the loneliest road in America. This even kind of reminds me right now of last summer when I was on the Alcan and camped out on a realigned, or the old alignment one night. Just it was kind of a dead end to a bridge that no longer existed. Just camping right on the road. Well, there's our first glimpse of the next valley. We've gone over one mountain range, and I think there's 2 more, although somebody over when I was having lunch the other day said they thought there was a total of 4 between Eureka and Ely. So hopefully if I get over the 3rd mountain range, I don't get disappointed. All right, we've hit the old Lincoln Highway again. Let me show you, it's a pretty straight line right there. So we're going to follow that, I think just right around the bend there to the left. And then we're going to turn off somewhere in that valley, or maybe beyond that hill there. Turn right and go out that way somewhere. But I'm looking out this way. I think we got 1, 2, I do see 3 ranges before we get to Ely. Wonderful. Let's go. Hey, you know how I've showed you those little pop tops when I come across them sometimes? Well, now look at this. It's not only a pop top, it's pop top on a can. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of these cans just laying around here. I'm on the old Lincoln Highway. And this is actually a crossroads. So there's a road that goes down to Duckwater that way. But it looks like this was kind of a stop because found a whole bunch of cans down there. I was going to camp down there. But a whole bunch of pop-top cans. And here's a can with pop-top. But I think I'm going to probably go down another few hundred yards or so. I see some other trees I can hide under tonight. And it'd be interesting to know what was in that can because I think that's one of the very first cans that had pop-tops. Because the can itself was metal, as you saw with the rust, not aluminum, but the top was aluminum. Huh. Should have taken a picture of that. Well, good morning. Got up early. How about that? I think I'm actually going to get out of here by 9 o'clock. Miracle of miracles. Want to see the little campsite here? Nothing special, just a right off the old highway and right underneath this here juniper tree. It broke the wind for me last night, which is pretty good. These juniper trees are pretty good at breaking the wind. Yes, they are. So hopefully I got some juniper trees along the way. All right, I'm going to get packed up here and get a move on. All right, here we go. 8:44 a.m. I would have preferred to have left an hour earlier, but oh well. So next water potentially is a cattle tank in 23 miles. And I've got 3.5 liters with me right now. I'm pretty sure we're not going to make it there today, but we'll get there early enough tomorrow. Of course, if the water's not there, then I'm kind of sunk because I'll be out on a dirt road. Let's see what happens. Looks kind of far and desolate, doesn't it? That's where we came from. And looks kind of far and desolate, doesn't it? Hey, but only 62 miles to Ely. Okay, I turned onto this dirt road here, which will do potentially two things for me. Number one, it might be a water source. It looks like it on the satellites. We'll see. So that'll allow us to fill up without being on the total edge when we get to the next water source, if that one is empty. And then the second thing, this gives us a half-mile shortcut. Shortcut. It looks like there's a road, a 2-track anyway, that goes to the designated route. So let's see what might lie in store for us up here, huh? Well, I had a nice about almost 2-hour rest here. Made use of the spring. I'm just using it as emergency water. It's got a lime green, a yellow-green tinge to it. I treat it with chemicals, and I'll use filter if I need to. But while I was here, there was an antelope, and then those wild horses were just hanging around with me, making use of the spring. Hey, come on with me, okay? Come on. So we're going up, you can see that track. There's a car right there. That's what we're doing. We're going to follow this track here. It's going to save us 1/10 of a mile off the original route there. Well, actually, no, we're going to cross where that car was. Anyway, it's going to save us 4/10 of a mile. And I'm just going to camp out in the desert somewhere. So about another 9 miles to go. And then 7 miles beyond that to the next water. 1, 2. I got 2 1/4 plus the emergency green tinged water if I need it. Oh, maybe they are coming with me, but in a roundabout way. Now take a look at this. We're back on our old friend, Lincoln Highway. I didn't even know that. So this would be Lincoln Highway there. We came from over there. We're going to some dirt road over here. But it wouldn't seem like the highway would then... We'll soon find out, huh? Yep, evidently this is it. So, guess what I did in the old days? Came up this way. And around that's the north part of the mountain, instead of the way that it goes right now, down in the valley along the south part of the mountain. Huh. history. You're walking in history. Well, we've made it to the saddle of our second mountain range. Pretty up here. Look at this. Nice broad summit. Plenty of spots for camping. All these juniper trees too would make a really good windbreak if it was really windy. Over here we've got Mount Hamilton. We aren't going over that, but we're going over the, I think we'll go over the left shoulder of it. So that'll be a third mountain range. Out in the distance there, I believe that's Red Mountain. And then between Red Mountain there and this little range in the foreground, I believe the actual primary route of the American Discovery Trail runs through there. I've been taking a northerly alternate most of the way since summer, so I can get resupplies. So looky here, we've got a sign denoting the reroute of the Lincoln Highway. So here's a map of the Lincoln Highway. So what happened here, we came from this direction. Eureka's out here. East is this way to Ely. So the original route would have come down this way and then out like this. We came over here like this, dropped down to that cattle tank, and then hooked back on here to the what turned out to be the old reroute, because the Lincoln Highway came through this way, but when they made this mine site, they blocked it off, rerouted it up here along this way. And this was the old 1913 route right here, 1926 reroute. And then eventually when they made the federal highway system, this became US 50. And then all of the Lincoln Highway was, for the most part, rerouted along Highway 50. Pretty neato stuff, yes siree. So we're going to continue on right here, eventually turn up again. Well, I think 50 actually drops down to us. And we're going to hook back onto 50 for a little bit, and then I'm going to get off 50 and then cut across the Mormon Ranch, or Merman Ranch, however you pronounce it. Got permission. And that's going to be, again, the old Lincoln Highway for a bit of time. And then the Lincoln Highway is going to turn south, and I'm going to turn north, easterly, and then get into Ely. Let's hope that works out. There's that long end of the day shadow. I think I'm going to do a couple more hours. That'll get me to 8:15 and about 22 miles. And then what I'm trying to do is, for the next day, get to that ranch the latter part of the day. Because when I called the ranch guy, the manager, the owner, whatever you want to call him, a couple of weeks ago, he said, yeah, stop by and say hello when you come through. So I'd rather catch him towards the end of the day instead. I think, like I said, again, I'm going to try to get up early in the morning tomorrow. And so I'd rather catch him instead of early in the morning, wake him up, catch him in the afternoon. Look at the sheer size of that mining operation, just cutting down that mountain there. You know, it's really interesting to begin to realize how much earth is moved to get just a little bit of material. Like I mentioned when we were over there in Carver's, there in Round Valley, or Round Mountain, you get about an ounce of gold per ton of dirt. You wonder about the economics of that, you know? Well, good morning. As you can tell, it's not late. No, it's early. 7:15. How about that? Although my plan was to get up and get going by 6:30. But you take what you get, right? So the goal right now is 5¼ miles to the water tank. Hopefully it's full. Otherwise I dip into my emergency green water. And then for the day, I want to try and make it to that ranch. So I can say hello to the guy before he goes to bed. That'll be 19½ miles today. Well, these guys kind of came up to me and then just stopped. Don't know what to make of me. Come on, friends. Let's go to the next water stop. You can follow along. I was kind of hoping you'd lead and I can hang on to your tail and you pull me along. Don't know if you can see that back there. They're actually following me. That's a new one. Maybe they want me to turn on their water up here, huh? Come on along. Come on along. We're going up to the cattle trough, cattle tank. Hey, take a look at this. I got these guys all coming to say, hey. They're all grouped around a gate that I got to get through. So maybe they think that I'm going to put them through, huh? Think I'm putting them through the gate? Or is there water here and it's empty and you want me to turn it on? Like your pretty red earrings. Oh, is that you, number 305? Hi there. Oh, hi there, 718. Oh, who's that back there? Oh, 903. Hi there. How you doing? Yeah. Gotta be careful here. I don't see any bulls. Hello there. Hi, how you doing? Yes, sirree. No stampedes, please. No stampedes. Okay. These guys over here are a little bit more curious. Oh, you're just making way for the king. Du, 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 du. Coming through. Coming through. Hi there. 2047, is that you? Oh, you're K3. Hi, K3. Okay, see you later. Thank you very much. See you guys later. Well, this was fun. Okay. Can't see them back there. Maybe you can. They're all hightailing it down to their 3 other friends who are following me. But I didn't expect this here. Got ourselves a water trough. Look at that. It's pretty clear. In fact, got it just coming right out the spring right there. So I'm getting that water. Yes, sirree. And then that'll just be bonus water down there. Another visitor. You're pretty. I'm moving along. For those of you who want to know exactly where I am right now, I'll tell you, it's painted right here on this water tank. Nowhere. I'm going from somewhere to nowhere. Now I got to go from nowhere to somewhere. It's nice and lush here. Don't hear anything. Well, time to get on the move again. Took an early lunch, hour and a half or so. And this little shed here, I'll show you. Nice little view. It'd be a good shed to get out of the heat, the wind, not so much the rain. There's screw holes in the roof. But now we're gonna basically go up 800 feet and 400 miles. 800 feet and 4 miles, and then downhill after that. Funny how that works, right? You go up and then you go down. And this, by the way, is our third mountain range. Yeah. Now, this is the climb that keeps on giving. I told you it was only 800 feet and 4 miles, but the first portion of it dropped down. So anyway, but look at this. This is where we were yesterday. Right there, that low point right there. Came across the valley. You can probably see the road out there. Just kind of wound our way up through here. Saw the cows this morning. Stopped in the shed. Had our lunch. And now it's on up to the tippity top here. Okay, that last bit was ooh-wee. Huh. But not too bad. It only took me 2 miles an hour from that lunch break. But anyway, we're on the downhill swing here, going down to US 50. There's 3 potential springs I'm checking out along this road. Hopefully they're there. That'll save me a detour over to the Eureka Reservoir, which will save me 3 miles. See what we find, huh? And look what we run back into. It's our old friend, old asphalt. Huh. So we're still on old Lincoln Highway, but this is the post 1926 alignment. So you're seeing some vestiges of pavement. I just got some good news. Pickup truck coming up here stopped. Laurel and Dave, hello there. They're from Gardnerville. Anyway, they said that these springs, or at least one of these springs, is flowing up here. So I got water. So that means no detour to Eureka. You know, I always call it Eureka, like the Hawaiian pronunciation, but I wonder if it's Eureka. I don't know. So we're going to go find the spring here. Going to fill up with, I think I'll take 3 liters with me to the ranch, and then fill up the ranch. Now look at this here. Somebody asked me when I was coming into Eureka if I'd seen any cat tracks. Told them I hadn't seen any since the Toyabees. I think this is one right here. Saw size comparison, pretty good size. No claws, it's 4 paws. Well, this has been the longest 2.5 mile canyon that I've been through. It keeps giving and giving and giving. But I've been having fun following these wild horse tracks. And I guess they have the sense to stay on the side of the road. Well, I made it to the ranch. Looks like a big and actually organized operation. I just have to find Mr. Neal. Well, knocked on their door. Nobody's home. It's like nobody's around. It's like a ghost town. Huh. There's cars there. I wonder if they all piled in one car and went to town. Friday night, you know. Well, here's a Nito Cabito update. I ran into Mr. Neal as I was walking out. We got talking, so he said, "Hey, are you on a tight schedule? Maybe you'd like to sleep in a bed and get a shower tonight." So I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just hanging out on his little porch here while he's out finishing some errands. And then, all right. Thank you, Mr. Neal. Good morning. Hey, like this tent. I got here to the ranch, and as I think I told you, Mr. Neal showed up, so we had a good chat, and he brought me here to the guest house. So had some peanut butter jelly sandwich last night, and this morning had a nice sleep in the bed. Very nice. And now got to head on out up the other mountain and down into Ely tomorrow. So thank you very much again, Mr. Neal, Mr. and Mrs. Neal. And I'm heading on out, and maybe we'll meet again. Okay, got some birds here waiting for me to leave because they've got a nest right up here. All right, I'm leaving. You can get back to your nest. Down the ranch road we go. Look at this, man. Yeah. Yeah, hello to you. Good morning. Hello, everybody. Yeah? Okay. They're all out tonight, this morning. Onwards to the old Lincoln Highway. Once again, our old friend. Oh, that was perfect timing. Just as I'm getting to this pivot, it starts to turn on. At least I got there before it really got all pressurized. Guess it starts that end, and then it works its way up. So I just got a few drops. I heard it go, and I was saying, "Wait a minute, come on, another couple minutes." So I had to run through it. Okay, it's been almost 2 hours. Taking a break. Probably an hour and 50 minutes, maybe hour 45. Came from there, but after that pivot, I took one wrong turn and another wrong turn. So I've only gone in almost 2 hours, 4.39. There's the ranch. And but with the wrong turns, I probably did about almost 5. And given that it's a little bit less than 2 hours, so I'm probably on a 2.5 pace. You know what's interesting? I think I told you this before. It seems like my top pace right now is on this trip is about 2.5. Versus I was able to get up to about 3.1 or so on the last one, 3.2 in some places. Well, maybe it's because I'm carrying 10 pounds of water. Yeah, that's probably it. So I'm going to take a break, and then we're going to continue on. I think that's past where we're going. If that's not it, then it's that one right there. At least we're not going up there. Always too long. That was a 30-minute break. And it's always... it's restful, yeah, but then it's also demotivating because I realize I got 10 miles to the top. But then also I have to think about it. Well, then if I go just another hour right now, it'll be 8 miles or less to the top, which would mean maybe only 4 more hours because of the elevation. Right, lunch break. I I only have 5 miles to get to the tippity top. It's about, let's see, was it? It's 1,400 feet. About 1,400 feet elevation, 5 miles. And so I'm probably going to get up and get going about 1:45, 2 o'clock. Give myself 3 hours to do 5 miles. And then see what's on the other side for camping. And that'll leave me, I guess, just if I go another mile, that'll leave me just 14 miles to get into Ely, and then I'm going to take 3 days off before making the next trek into Utah. Here comes somebody. They didn't even see me. Didn't expect to see anybody coming up down here at all. So also starting to get cool. I came underneath this juniper tree because the sun was warm, so it'll be nice and cool. And now the clouds come in, cooled everything off. It's like, maybe I need to get out in the sun. What's for lunch, you ask? Well, got tortillas and got rid of all my pepperoni yesterday. I finished it. So I still have one of those couple of those chicken packets left and a couple of tuna packets. So how's this sound? Tortilla, chicken packet, it's chicken salad, Parmesan cheese, and sunflower seeds. And of course, for this treat, when I was in the guest house, Mr. Neal said I could have anything I wanted, so got myself an A&W. That'll give me some vim and vigor to get up that hill. All right, enough blabbing. I'm going to eat, and then we're going to take off in about an hour or less. All right, up we start. Like I said, I think 1,400 feet and 5 miles. And just in time, we're getting some afternoon blow in here. Hopefully it just stays as wind instead of rain. I was able to catch a signal back there. I'm getting out here just in time. Looks like there's rain and snow predicted here for Monday. Huh. Missing it by a day. I think I've had enough snow. And then onward we go now. Taking this, sorry excuse of a road. Up there and around a little bit. And get down to Ely tomorrow. Okay, Mike, who's the knucklehead that did this portion of the route? Mike, knucklehead. Knucklehead, man. Can you see that? So, you know, it was a straight line on the map, and I knew it was going to be, yeah, just following the angle up. But not way out there. But I came in from this canyon over here. So it's only been about a half mile maybe, right? But still. Oh, brother. One thing positive I can say about this is that even though it's loose dirt and loose rock, it's not that kind of loose rock where you take one step forward and then slide 2 steps back. It's all holding. So I will have that to say to the brilliant mind who picked out this route. All right, what an accomplishment. We're just, look at this. All we have to do is now is just go down. Oh. But But I know on the map that there's a high point and then a sharp down and a high point. So there we go. That's the goal. Oh, brother. Could have bushwhacked, I suppose. Round. Could have been easier. I don't know. Okay, changing some tactics here. Following some animal trails that are following the contour around the mountain. I couldn't do it before because the contours also had ravines going down. So I'm coming off the towers. As you can see, there's another drop down and come back, and it's going to drop down and go back up again. And supposedly this is going to be 1.2 miles. Oops. And that one's 1.1. So let's see what happens, huh? Thank you, animals. Well, so far so good. These animals are leading me the right way. I just have to fight the tendency to go down and stay on the contour. Speaking of animals, it made me think back to my first day in Spanish class in 7th grade. I had this teacher, Hank Adams. He was originally from Tucson. He had the classroom all decked out with nice colors and things. He had a big Mexican flag hanging on the wall and all that. So anyway, on that first day, he asked us all, okay, I want you to think of a word in English. I'm going downhill. I want you to think of a word in English, and then I'll translate it for you into Spanish. And so I was going, all right. I was looking at that big flag, and of course I was going to tell him, you know, flag. And then before it got to my turn, some girl mentioned flag. And so I go, oh, darn. And of course he says bandera. So now I'm thinking, oh, brother, okay. All right, well, I'll think of another one that should be pretty neat. And the word was animal. And so then when he got to me, I said, okay, what word do you want? I said, animal. And so he said, animal. And I was so disappointed that it wasn't some fancy word. So that's my story about animals in Spanish class in 7th grade. And so, muchas gracias, animales, por este camino. Este camino. Well, look what we did here. We got up to the top. That's the valley we're going down, I think. You never know at this juncture. And we're on this road. The road goes down here, around there, and down, and that way to Ely, I think. So now, we just walk this a little bit and find a campsite, because there certainly isn't anything here. Unless we walk up that way over the hill, it's a shortcut. Ha 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 ha. Good morning. It's so cozy here. Yep, under one of my favorite places to camp, underneath a juniper tree. I don't want to get up. It's almost 10 o'clock. I set up under this last night because there was a chance of rain. Sure enough, it started to rain, so I just put out the pad, folded it over so the bottom part was showing. It rained a little bit, so I just sat here and dozed off for a couple hours while the rain passed through. Then the clouds all parted, the moon came out, and got the sleeping bag out and just went to sleep. And just been kind of laying around here. So I'm going to head out to I think it's a road all the way. I think it's roads all the way, dirt roads. Ely is only 13 miles, so that means we did 17 and a half yesterday. And no bushwhacking, no power lines, no up, no down, no this and that. So it should be a good deal, huh? I don't want to get up, it's too cozy. Here's the view from a bedroom. Pretty nice, huh? So, all right, time to get up and get moving. I've just been listening to the birds here and all that. So, look at that. Thank you, juniper tree. It is pretty up here, isn't it? It's 10:56. So I said I was going to get out by 10, right? Well, I have an excuse. I had brunch. I combined breakfast and lunch, so there you go. So now let's see. I might try just to go without stopping. I don't know. Try and do it in 5 hours. I've got food in my little pouches here, so I don't have to take off anything to get food. So let's see what happens. That'll be a 2.6 miles an hour average. It always seems kind of weird when especially when I'm first starting out, when I'm going just about the exact opposite of where I need to go. You know, we're heading northwesterly right now, and we actually need to go back that way. Here's something interesting. I could, if I wanted to, but I don't want to, because that'd be too easy, right? I could go down, drop to down to the bottom, and just take that straight dirt road right down to Highway 50, and then walk 10 miles on that. But why? But why do it the easy way when you can make things difficult for yourself, right? And, you know, save a half a mile by going like this. Shortcuts. Yeah. Hey, if you ever want to go hiking, don't go hiking with me, especially if I bring up the subject of shortcuts. No siree. If you want to go camping, okay. Hiking, you better stay far away, far, far away. Well, guess what? I'm taking a shortcut on my shortcut. Back there, the hill was, the road was going up a hill for about, oh, I don't know, about 300 yards or so. I said, I don't want to do that. So I looked on the map, saw this cutoff road here, and I also noticed evidence of cows having gone on here. So if it's good enough for the cows, it's good enough for me. And I looked on the contours, and it's been level. So I like that. Level. No up. So you may be asking yourself, how'd that shortcut go? Well, there's the original route back there. Just came off the shortcut there. It saved me probably 5 minutes and a lot of effort. And there's another shortcut right there. But I'm going to stay on this one because that shortcut there is just, it's going to be one of those 6 of one, half dozen of the other things. It's better to just go on a sure thing than a sure bet as opposed to a sure thing as opposed to a bet, right? You know, some of the things that you find when you're walking along, even on these dirt roads, here. Guess they're getting ready to mow the grass. They realize the grass is too thick and just ran itself into the ground. Crazy, Daddy-o. Well, there's our first view of the mine we're going to be going near. There's a little town called Ruth or New Ruth. This is the Robinson mine, I think it's what it's called. I don't know what they're mining, but I'm guessing pretty much silver and gold, just like all the others. So it's really interesting to see the immense size of these mines and how much they've scooped out the mountains. Really interesting. Well, one of the reasons I came on this alternate, look at that, is to check out this Lion's Spring. And it's definitely here from the road. I guess the seep somewhere right around in here, or probably from up there, but it comes to the low point here and collects in the road. So it's good to know it's here. Don't know if I'm ever going to come back this way, but I'm not going to hike this way any time soon, but you never know. So I think what I'll do is try and keep my feet dry. No reason to get them wet the day you're going into town, right? So, okay. Next goal is the little mining town of Ruth, or New Ruth, whatever they call it. Maybe I can get something to drink there. A nice cool ginger beer with lime and cherry. Where'd you hear that one before? Well, let's see, I have vague remembrances that I walked through something like this before somewhere. I think they were a little bit bigger. And they're actually buttressed by concrete. But, hello, anybody home? I think I'm gonna go through instead of climbing up and over the tracks. All right, here we go. It's tall enough for me to fit through without stooping. Stand by. Okay, I needed 2 hands and I came to the other one. These certainly don't feel very sturdy, so I don't want to be under here when the train comes. Ha, 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 ha. All right. Oh, I got a box to meet us. All right, I'm going over here. Well, I think partially successful. Looks like there's a fence. That might be a gate over there. Let's go check it out. Otherwise, I'm going to try and slip under the fence. And from a distance, it doesn't look like it's barbed wire, but it almost looks like it's electric wire. Wouldn't that be great? Otherwise, we'll just parallel the train tracks down there to some other dirt road. It looks like there is. I'm guessing that might be a gate over there. Let's try it out. Nope, not a gate. It's brand new barbed wire too. So I think what I'm going to do here is just walk the fence line for a bit. Since this gate's been recently, this fence has recently been installed. Got a nice clear walking area. I'm not going to really find a easy place to get under until I find an opening. Huh. And there's the little town. Of course, now I take a dip here. Little town of Ruth. Or New Ruth. One says Ruth, one says New Ruth. Whatever it is, it's there. And here's my road. Wah, 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 wah. Keeps on going and going and going. I'm gonna slide under here somehow. I can easily slide under. I just need to carefully put the pack over and not snag it on the barbs. Alright, that was pretty easy. And it's really nice too. The bottom wire didn't even have any barbs on it. So I just slipped right through. Got a little dirty, but hopefully they won't kick me out when I go to the bar over there. Hey, what happened to you? Looks like you just rolled in with the wind. Yeah, well, you know, something like that. All right, I think it's a little place called the Commercial, somewhere in there. It's something called Main Street, so let's see how many stares I get from people when I'm walking into town. You aren't from around here, are you? No, not quite. So I guess De Leon's town store has seen better days. Let's go see what the Commercial Club is all about. Gets good reviews. Looks like there's one person there. Lights are on, looks like, so it's open. See you around. Say goodbye. See ya. Yeah, that was the Commercial Club. They're all pretty nice in there. Little town of Ruth. This is maybe a shortcut. A shortcut, yeah. So I got a couple of Sprites, some lime juice in it, grenadine. Filled the bucket there, and now it's time to, oh, and they bought them for me, so thank you very much. So I got a little over 6 miles to get into Ely, and let's see if we can get the rain. Looks like we're getting a little rain on the way here. Well, we're back on 50, and as I expected, that mine does extend down here. Look at that. But also, here's something. This is a pretty neat looking turnout. It's got this little island here, but on the other side of the island doesn't look like there's any way to get to it, so I guess you could use it as a camping area. Not that I'm going to go do it, but it's pretty nonetheless. Hey, remember I asked you, I wonder when we're going to hit the old Lincoln Highway again? A little bit sooner than I expected. I think it must have wound its way down and around the mountains and maybe came out through Ruth. But here we are. So I guess my question is, now, when we leave the Lincoln Highway again, I wonder when the next time it is we're going to make it, come across it. So I have a question for you. Do you know anything about rocks? I've been walking this short section of highway, and the different rock types and layers have changed so drastically. There's a eagle up there. Anyway, what's this? Look at that big delineation, just like that. Goes up just like that, right up there. You knowledgeable about rocks? Can you educate me on what I'm seeing? It's just been so different. Different layers. One area had just layers of layers and layers and layers and layers and straight, and then just like 20 feet later, it'd be a big jumble. In other places, it would be different types. But this one I'm curious about. What am I seeing here? Thank you. Well, you know, you've made it to the big city when you're walking on sidewalks now. And look at this. How nice of them that they put this sign out just for me. How about that? Yes, sirree. And gadzooks, I didn't know there were so many mosquitoes. I'm getting swarmed by them. Mosquitoes in the high desert of Nevada. And look at that. I don't know if you remember the old Richfield gas stations, right? And it used to be Atlantic Richfield. Then it became Arco. So look at this. Ely's got a little bit of glitz and glamour. Maybe we ought to take a look at it at night, see how lit up it is, huh? Anyway, here's the place we're staying at. Yeah, there's a Denny's here. Maybe that's where the free breakfast is. Hotel Nevada. Gambling Hall, 1929. Add partner. Let's go see what it looks like. Right here. It's very smoky in here.
Our next lucky winner of $25 in
All right, let's go see what the
is sitting at machine number
room looks like.
9282.
So look at this. I'm in Charlie Pride's room. Guess I'll be listening to some Charlie Pride music when I'm here. Oh, there he is right there. Howdy. He's no longer with us though. So, pretty good size. Not bad. It's very noisy though. I could hear the people in the other room. Hello there. Got a view right across the street there, right down the road. Okay, Hotel Nevada and Gambling Hall. So far so good. And I'll be here for at least 3 days. Don't know what else to say, but well, maybe we'll get a shot of the street out there at dark with all the lights on, if there are lights. All right. Well, guess what? We're still on the Lincoln Highway, but really, we are leaving it now.